About 5 years ago we started looking at house building and whether we could bring some of our urban splash attitudes to space and light and creating great homes and places to work. In the UK, people talk about their homes in terms of the number of bedrooms, and in reality we all know that when you live in a home it's not just about the number of bedrooms, it's about your living room, it's about the relationship with the garden and so on and so forth. So I was thinking about whether we could bring an alternative product into the market that kind of dealt with some of those issues.
I mean, originally the houses were designed to be built in a number of different ways. We weren't particularly thinking about modern methods of construction. But we realised in order to deliver the concept, our customer choice, we needed to find a faster way of building.
To start off with, it was very much sort of behind the desk, working through various different angles, options, design prototypes. And what was clear from the outset is they're looking to offer the market something different. And in doing so, it stole the virtues of off-site construction, which primarily relate to speed and quality of product.
We've been looking at 2-bedroom flats in the centre of Manchester, and then you get something like this, which is absolutely massive given where we are. Really, it was just a question of kind of going, let's just have a look at it, let's see if it works for us.
We built a series of models in order to demonstrate how the different floor plan options would fit together to make a single house.
So you've got 2 stories at 1,000 square foot or 3 stories at 1,500 square foot. So that's the first choice a customer will make. We then say, well, would you like to live on the ground floor, which is connected very much to the garden, or would you like to live on the top floor, which is in the roof space and you've got the views over the city or the surrounding landscape. Following that, they can then think about on each floor how they want to kind of occupy that floor.
I mean, the big choice is whether the kitchen's on the ground floor or on the top floor. And part of me really wanted to go with the top floor configuration.
I think what we wanted to do with the other spaces was things like have a study and have a room that we could sort of have gym equipment in and stuff like that. And most of that you don't really want on your ground floor.
It was very much down to the purchaser, what their family circumstances are and family needs are and what their budgets are.
We wanted to bring some quite simple ideas to house, things like high floor to ceilings, large windows, plenty of light right through the house. All the partitions inside the houses are non-structural, so they can be removed and added over time.
We chose certain layouts and we did those for reasons that are our own, but we've all chosen different ones and different colours. And there's not a lot of houses down here that has the yellow spine wall. But it's really nice because you can kind of go, so what made you choose this? And that's an opening into conversation.
Once the customer decides exactly what he or she wants, the design will leave the design office and come down to manufacturing. Manufacturing process is typically 12 to 14 days, at which point it's put on the back of a vehicle and delivered to site. Once it arrives at site, we have our zip-up team waiting for it. They will take between 10 and 12 days again to zip it up, finish it off, get it to the absolute highest quality possible, and then hand it over to the customer.
Whilst we want to build really good quality homes, it's also about making it affordable to as many people as possible, and that's been a big driver for us.
The outside, it's clad in a cement particle board which can be applied in the factory before it's brought to site. That's very important. And then we've got big bay windows with aluminium surrounds. So the detailing is quite simple and quite striking.
This is as close as we're going to get to building our own kind of house and doing it from scratch. And actually it's pretty close, I think, to what I would do if I just kind of went, okay, piece of paper, pen, what would you live in?
For us, developing the house is one part of it, but it's also how the houses sit together to form streets and squares, shared spaces, and having opportunities for activities to take place to bring communities together.
With the gardens, you've got reasonably low walls, so that's fantastic because you'll definitely get to see your neighbours. Luckily, our neighbours are very nice, so that's a definite win. So the front of the house is running along the canal. It means that it's kind of easier to kind of chat to people out there. I mean, they've got to know the people on the boats very well. They're very nice. I think that kind of adds to the kind of community of the area.
It's been a long 5 years in the R&D process, so this is the proof of concept for us.
Over the next couple of years, we were working with Urban Splash and looking to deliver thousands of units a year rather than hundreds.
So we've taken that very brave step and done it, and we're very pleased with the result and looking forward very much to taking the idea and the concept around the country to new sites and new locations.
I could go on forever,
Yeah.
Honestly, I could go on forever and just keep saying, I love this house. I quite often find myself sitting in bed at night going, I love this house, this is awesome. And having been in a kind of 2-bedroom flat beforehand, I think it does give you a massive appreciation for something like this.